It's time for your statewide Alabama weathercast.
Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Drew McCombs with the Alabama Weather Network, and this is your afternoon forecast update. And we've got kind of a tale of two parts of the state. We've got full sunshine and really warm temperatures. We've broken a few records, it looks like, at this point as far as the high temperatures in some parts of the state, especially in the southern part of the state so far this afternoon. And then as you move up towards the north, we've got a batch of showers, a little bit of basically rain, and even a couple of rumbles of thunder moving through the Tennessee Valley at this point. So again, kind of just depending on where you are, a good bit different from each other. And again, this is what we were expecting. We've got this warm front starting to lift up towards the north, and that's where these are starting to form on. You can see here, looking at the local radar here from high top, that we've got the batch of some of the heavier rain moving basically across the county line between Limestone and Madison counties at this point, moving towards Huntsville and Hazel Green and places like that. I've already moved through Athens. Still some rain left over there, but the heavier rain has already moved through. Kind of glancing Decatur there. Moulton's seen some fairly heavy rain, and Florence and Russellville and places back to the west have already seen most of it move through. But again, it's holding together pretty well, so it looks like good portion of the Tennessee Valley is going to get a decent amount of rain, at least, out of this as this pushes through this kind of first round of this system that we expect more rain out of for hopefully more of the state as we get into tomorrow. Looking a little bit closer in, this cell that moved through Hamilton and near Hackleburg earlier along US 43 has kind of fallen apart, but it looked a little bit stronger earlier. It had a little bit of gusty winds with it, had a little bit more lightning, but it has since fallen apart a lot. There's still a little bit of rain left over, but not doesn't look quite as strong as it is earlier. And we haven't seen any warnings or anything with any of these. We weren't expecting any severe weather, just some rain and, again, a little bit of thunder there. Now starting to take a look at our SkyCam network. Again, this is Cherokee, where the rain's already passed through, so I see some kind of low clouds and maybe a little bit of fog trying to form back behind the rain there, and some low clouds still sticking around at 64 degrees there. Florence, we've had rain more recently and maybe still a little bit trying to fall there in Florence, left over behind the main line of showers. Some drops on the lens there at 65 degrees there with overcast skies. As we continue to move around the area where the rain's falling, Russellville, you can see fairly fresh raindrops on the lens here as well. A little bit of fog and clouds kind of hanging around near the surface there. And all the temperatures basically are sitting around 64, 63 degrees or so. Ardmore had some rain falling just a little bit earlier. It looks like maybe still a few drops still falling there, right there at the state line. Got some beautiful fall colors still visible there in the trees as well. Huntsville looking back off towards the west, and you can see that the rain is approaching here. So you can see some low-hanging clouds here. Again, we don't have any no issues with severe weather or anything like that we have to worry about, but you can see that rain curtain starting to head towards Monte Sano there. So we expect Huntsville will be getting some rain here fairly shortly. Now, a lot different as you move towards the southern part of the state. We're at Point Clear now, and the fog has moved out a while back, and we can see beautiful view there over the bay. It's 61 degrees there, just almost perfect weather there, right there at Point Clear. And then Gulf Shores, the fog continued to hang around for a good while in Gulf Shores earlier. We made a cool time lapse of that earlier, and we still had some of the fog hanging around even into the noon hour, but now that has since pretty much moved away. You still see a few low clouds off in the distance, but we don't have any of that fog hanging around anymore. However, we do expect we could see some more fog develop again for tomorrow morning, so we may have a few more dense fog advisories issued potentially. We'll see. Haven't seen any come out yet, but just know that there is still possibility of some fog again for tomorrow morning. Now, again, story right now, rain moving through North Alabama as we speak. Again, the rest of the state is basically dry and warm, and we're actually breaking some records as far as the high temperatures. Periods of rain tomorrow, still fairly scattered in nature. There may be a few spots who still get away with very little rain, especially as you move further to the southeast. And then we'll be mostly dry for the weekend. After this system moves through Friday, there'll be some lingering showers on Saturday, but most of Saturday will be dry for most people. Sunday looking pretty much dry for everyone. Temperatures right now, we've, again, gotten very warm. We're at 69 in Florence right now. We're at 76 in Huntsville. From what I was seeing earlier, I think we may have already broken a record in Huntsville. We're at 83 in Montgomery. Pretty sure we're breaking a record there right now. Also Andalusia. Again, we'll go back and look and confirm for sure as we move through later on today and into tomorrow, but pretty sure we've broken several records, or at least tied them in several spots as far as the high temperatures this afternoon, just kind of like we thought would be the case. So for forecast lows for tonight, we're expecting to get down into the 50s and 60s again, 58 in Auburn, 56 in Clanton, maybe around 60 in Birmingham, 60 in Chatham. And then forecast highs for tomorrow will be maybe not quite as warm, especially in the northern part of the state where we expect a little bit more cloud cover and rain, but still fairly warm, 73 in Cullman, 76 in Tuscaloosa, and still especially towards the southeast where we won't see as much rain, or at least not see as much as early. We'll still likely get right around 80 degrees or maybe a little bit higher, but at least upper 70s in the southern part of the state. So here's the kind of the big picture here. We've got this warm front that has now started to lift up to the north, and that is where the showers that are moving through the northern part of the state are kind of formed along. And then you have high pressure moving down towards the south. So part of the reason why still a good portion of the state is dry right now. But then we have the developing low back off to the west, back in the panhandle of Texas, and eventually that will be moving this way over the course of the next 24 hours or so, and all the rain and thunderstorms happening back off to the west will eventually get and overspread more of our area. So we'll see that with our future cast here again through the rest of the night. We expect those glancing showers to kind of move on out, and then the rest of the overnight period to be fairly dry. But as we get into tomorrow morning, then we have more showers and maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder moving through Friday morning around 10 a.m. Possible to have a few of those around in the northern part of the state. A few showers further to the south. Better chance of maybe a few heavier showers to the north at that part of the day. Then as we get in the afternoon, we'll expect maybe a few more heavier showers further towards the south. Again, this won't be exactly what the radar looks like. Just something like that is possible. Scattered showers around the state, and we'll continue that as we get through the evening time as well. As far as the third round of the playoffs, things like that, and other activities going on, you've got some places that will certainly see some rain during that time period, but you see there's a lot of places that won't too. So it's probably going to be a decent idea to have some rain gear if you're doing some sort of outdoor activity tomorrow night, but it's certainly not a for sure deal that you're going to see rain for sure, and even if you do, it may not be for that long. So as we get into early Saturday morning, still a few heavier showers possible in the northern part of the state as the front starts to push through. But as we get into Saturday, expect it to start to kind of wash out and maybe just a few scattered showers left over. Then we start turning our winds to the northwest, starting to bring in some drier air, or at least a little bit drier air behind the front, so that by Sunday we're expecting to be fairly calm, and Monday most of the day should be calm as well, but we'll start watching back off towards the west for the next system to bring us some rain, which we expect we'll start to get here on Tuesday. So we'll see that looking out a little bit further with the European model here. So again, we're starting Monday morning, and as we move through Monday again should be pretty much dry and calm, but as we get into early Tuesday morning, we will expect to start seeing some showers and thunderstorms moving into the northwestern part of the state. And then as we get on through the rest of the day, showers and thunderstorms moving through the central and eventually down towards the southern part of the state, but it may take a little bit longer to get to the southern part of the state, and will linger a little bit longer into Wednesday morning in the southern part of the state. Now, again, we expect there could be some thunderstorms with this. We're hoping to get a little bit of heavier rain out of this system than what we're expecting for tomorrow. That would be what we would like to see. There is some possibility you could see a strong thunderstorm or two with this system. We will be monitoring the trends with that, but not looking like anything major right now. But again, hopefully we can just get some decent rainfall. So here's the rainfall outlook through that time period, starting off with what we're going to be seeing tomorrow, what we're seeing right now in the northern part of the state, and what we'll be seeing through the system on Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, we could get an inch or two of rain in the northern part of the state. As you move to the southeast, unfortunately, not expecting to do as well. Maybe you're only around a tenth, quarter of an inch possibly. But we'll see if we can try to spread some of that further to the southeast, because obviously all the state could really use a little bit more rain this time of year. 7-day forecast, the northern half of Alabama. Again, as we move into tomorrow, a good chance of showers and thunderstorms, but still kind of scattered. There's going to be times where places don't see rain for long periods of time. And then we'll see those leftover showers moving through and getting out of there as we get in the afternoon on Saturday. Again, Sunday and Monday look fairly calm before we get the next system in here. And then after that, we're kind of taking our first look at Thanksgiving Day. At this point, looking like most everything will be moving out, especially for North Alabama for Thanksgiving. There may be some lingering clouds. There might be a lingering shower or two, but that'd be more likely in the southern part of the state. So we, again, generally are thinking that Thanksgiving is going to be getting colder and maybe having some lingering clouds, but not much in the way of precipitation at this point. Southern half of Alabama, Friday and Saturday, again, chances of showers and thunderstorms. Sunday and Monday looking fairly good and mostly sunny. And then as we get on, again, Tuesday and Wednesday, best chance of some showers and thunderstorms again. And then again, we expect that at this point, it's looking like Thanksgiving will be fairly calm, but maybe just a few lingering showers. Well, that is your Alabama forecast update. We appreciate you watching us here on the Alabama Weather Network.